just came back from Paris for the very first time, and I was so excited going to Paris because whenever anybody would ever bring up Paris to me, they would always bring up how great the thrifting scene is there. So you know me, I had to go check it out. I had to go peruse and shop as much as I could. I literally tried making my check-in bag as empty as possible, which I didn't fully succeed in, but it ended up working out because I didn't have to pay extra. Yeah, look at me. I ended up filling up my check-in bag and then stuffing some into my boyfriend's check-in bag instead. So of course that means I got a lot of amazing things that I can't wait to show you. So let's go through it now. So first up, I have this gorgeous sweater that I thrifted from Episode, which Episode is like a chain of like secondhand vintage goods I've seen throughout Europe. So I got this really cute springtime sweater, and I've been really wanting a sweater like this because it kind of like slouches a little bit, and I feel like I've been pretty inspired by like slouchy type of like t-shirt or sweater, just because I feel like it's a nice layering piece. This is also just like so incredibly soft. I wish you could touch this. And I think that this is going to make a great layering piece throughout the entire year, because if you know me, I love spring colors. Yeah, and it's something I try to incorporate into my wardrobe throughout the entire year. I've already worn it so many times. The only problem is that I realize that it's already starting to like fill up already, if the camera can focus on that. So that's a little frustrating, but I've been meaning to get like a little D-pillar for a while, so cute. I also got this at Episode, and it's so cute. It's this beautiful green dress, and it has like this print on it that kind of like reminds me of kiwis. I don't think that that's necessarily what they were going for, but what I really liked is that it has like this like mesh type of material all over it, but also like the hem on this is so gorgeous. Like it feels like a layered dress in itself, where you have like this like mesh layer on top of like this like cotton linen layer. I've also worn it already a few times. I paired it with the yellow sweater recently. I feel like it's like a perfect example of like the strap kind of peeking out, a little pop color, and then just like, the skirt's so good. It's gonna be so good throughout the like spring, summer. And you know, just for me, I try to make my pieces as seasonless as possible, like with layering and whatever, but this is like, I will be wearing a ton, which I'm probably going to say that for all these pieces because they're just so good. I also got these two cute slip dresses from Episode. This first one reminds me of like a 13 going on 30 type of like print and color scheme. And I think that this is going to be really fun for running around, going out. Like this is like going to be more of like a going out type of slip. And this one's a little bit longer, and I kind of imagine it more as like a pajama one. I would kind of want to mature and go beyond just like a t-shirt and short for bed, and like kind of get like elegant, cutie, fun pajamas instead. So I did wear it already. The strap broke, which I was a little upset about, so I do have to fix this up. Part of me is like, maybe this could be a cute opportunity to add like some beads onto the straps to make it like a cute little decorative thing, though I am gonna go to bed in it, and I feel like maybe the beads would be uncomfortable. I don't know, maybe that could be a cute DIY project instead for like this dress, since it already has like, it's more of like a tie situation instead of like being like strapped in. So I don't know, we'll see. Okay, I have never heard of this brand before, and they had a whole rack of them. If you ever go to Episode in Paris, this one's definitely bigger than the Copenhagen one that I've gone to. They have like a lower basement section of the store, and if you go all the way to the very back, it's like deep. They have like a rack full of these skirts, which is from a brand. It's called Moshiki, and what's so nice about these is that it's fully adjustable. So when you open it up like this is what it looks like, and you can button it like wherever you want it to be. It can be high-waisted, it can be low-waisted. It's great for like weight fluctuation, which I feel like I deal with a lot. Like I feel like my weight is constantly fluctuating, which is really frustrating when I'm trying to like build a long-lasting wardrobe. But I'm like, this is like a piece where I can like wear it over and over again. A part of me does kind of like consider maybe I'll hem it a little bit more and make it more mini, but it's so fun. So one of the intentions I went into Paris was to invest into like nice vintage designer pieces, because if you've seen some of my other videos, I've like mentioned that a few times, that like I have such a hard time spending money on like true vintage, because I'm like, I could find a cheaper thrifted dupe of that somewhere else, but then I end up like not having they're really nice pieces that I really want. One of the places that was like recommended to me was this place called Bobby. And it was so cute. I love the whole aesthetic of it. It felt very fun, like Y2K type of vibe. And there was like a lot of really good pieces that I wish fit me. Unfortunately, they didn't. But that doesn't mean I didn't find anything for myself. I ended up finding 2 pieces. Transparently, it's still not like vintage name designer runway vibes, but they are like really cute, high quality, true vintage. So, you know, I'm still very happy with my purchases. The first one is from a brand called Monica Paris, and it's it's so fun. I'm such a polka dot girly. I have been since I was little, and so I've been trying to reincorporate them back into my wardrobe. But what's really cool about this is like I love the record player detail on this alongside with the polka dots. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but I'm like, I just love the idea of like different sized polka dots together on the same garment. I feel like it makes it a little bit more interesting, and I feel like the record kind of feels like that. I've also in the past kind of shied away from like this type of neckline on it where it's like a little bit of like a V shape, but it's not like a deep V-neck, which I kind of appreciate, but I'm like, it's pretty fun. But worst case scenario, I end up like flipping it around this way and it's like a higher neck. Either way, I love this so much. And then secondly, I got this Gorgina dress. It's so stinking cute. It's from a brand called Lee Rome. And I hesitated getting this because it was a little pricey. It was like 90 euros, which I was like, kind of a lot. But I have been on the hunt for like a nice sundress. I know I showed another one I got from Episode. I think that one was like about 20 euros. But what I really liked about this one is like the way that it hits my body. Oh, it's so good. Like on my waist and on my hips. Like it's like you're paying for like really nice tailoring. And I think in the past when I've tried to like thrift different sundresses, I think the problem has been the fact that like it's not tailored really well and it's not really tailored to my body. I will say though, this one I am kind of considering about taking to the tailor because this neckline is cute, this little like cowl neck, but I think it would be cuter like more as like an off the shoulder type of moment. But the only problem with that is like it has like a gaping like hole on the side and like you can kind of tell it's not supposed to fit me in that way. So I kind of want to see if I can get a tailor to like kind of like nip it here and then it's like perfect to my body. I'm also considering about maybe putting a zipper into it. I am really upset that it doesn't have a zipper, though I am really happy it does fit perfectly over my head. But I just feel like if I'm gonna get it more tailored and more snatched for my body, I kind of feel like a zipper might be needed. I don't know. We'll see. And then, yeah, I think on the vintage designer front, I was sad because I feel like I went to a lot of different vintage designer stores. And I will say, I feel like the prices, y'all lied to me. People who told me that it was cheaper there lied to me. I think the basic thrifting there is like unbelievably it's unbelievably priced. Like it's super low, which I will get to in a second. But I think it just kind of made me think of like, okay, though I really wanted to like have a moment of like a vintage designer thing I thrifted in Paris. I kind of just realized that like I didn't want to just buy things just to buy them. And I really wanted to think it through. And also like I live in New York where vintage curation is like top tier. Like I think the basic thrifting here is like a little bit difficult just because it's like already bought through, and I also feel like it's way overpriced. Like you get like a basic top and it's like $8, which is so crazy. Like it's costing just as much as fast fashion now, which that's a whole nother conversation. In Paris, there's like a basic thrift store or secondhand shop like every other corner, which is really fun. That's where I found some really amazing pieces. So these 2 tops were from a thrift store that was like right next to the place that I was staying. It's like this cutie little top that I got, says Wish. I really love like the little color on it and like the little decals on it. I've recently been watching Skins and there's a character on there named Cassie, which, you know, shout out to our strong soldier. She's poor baby. But one of the things I do love about her is her style, and I think that like having a fun top like this and then pairing it with like a skirt or like basic pants or like something a little bit more elevated with this is just like such a fun combo, and I'm excited to like start doing that more. Speaking of another more basic tee, which I guess honestly neither of these are really basic. I got this like cute striped tee, but what I really like about it is that it has this cute little like eye decal on it. For me, I was like, is it giving like Forever 21 type of like decal? I don't think so, and I don't think this is either. They both feel pretty fun to me, and you want to guess how much these were? €1 each. It's literally so crazy. Like, I am not exaggerating that I saw some ridiculously priced things. Like, there were racks at like various stores that I went to that were like €1, €3, €5. There was like a place in a flea market I went to that had leather jackets that were €20. Oh my god, and I found like the most gorgeous turquoise piece that I was like, I would wear this to the grave, and I'm still grieving it. I'm so sad about it. I also found this other top at a similar store that's like this cute little polo, which I've been wanting to like experiment with polos, and I think that's like the great thing about thrifting is that like if there's this type of style that you're like not sure if you're gonna like it or not, thrifting it for the cheap, I got this for €2, is a great way to experiment. I think my only hesitation with it was that I wish that it was slightly more saturated, but I think it actually pairs really nicely with a lot of my more saturated pieces, and it has like a nice contrast to it. I will say a recommendation I have for a cheaper chain store is, I believe it's called Duracell. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's like, it definitely takes a little bit of digging depending on where you're going to. Oh, but the dresses. Oh, they had a rack of like €15 dresses, and I found so many fun Y2K type of pieces. They had a ton of like desigual, I believe that's how you pronounce it, and then just like some other really fun funky ones. I also went to one of their other chain locations, and they had like the most gorgeous Custo Barcelona dresses. Oh my god. And then that dress was only €3. I kind of regret leaving that. It like kills me. I've been thinking about it ever since. I hesitated buying the last dress because the colors were a little bit darker, and I kind of wanted like one of their brighter versions of it, but everything I find online is like significantly more than that, and it kills me. And then same with like those other pieces from the first store, is that they were too small or like didn't really fit me properly, or like the colors weren't what I wanted to be. Y'all are lucky I'm not a reseller because oh, they were so good. A part of me was like, damn, maybe I should have like done a giveaway type of thing. Maybe I'll do that next time. Who knows? But moving on to like more accessories, I went to a kilo shop, and I was actually pretty excited because I've gone to a kilo shop in Slovenia and the prices were like incredible, and so I assumed the same thing for the Paris locations, and honestly I was like, it kind of costs a lot, and maybe it's because it's like in the heart of Paris, and so they know there's like a lot of tourists who are going there ready to spend their money. So I was like a little disappointed by the prices, especially because I'm like, I feel like the quality of like a lot of the cheaper pieces were like really cheap, and then of course you have like more high quality stuff, and I feel like the high quality stuff tended to be like the more expensive things like shoes and jackets and stuff. So I was like, I kind of feel like they're ripping me off. But they did have like a lot of men's clothing. So I was there for a while shopping with Mark, trying to find pieces for him. But then I came across like this accessory section, and I got these really cutie little things. This is such an incredible hat. I'm gonna put it on right now. It's so good. Oh my god, it reminds me of like a sailor's cap, and I've been wanting a sailor's cap for the past like 2-3 years now, but I feel like whenever I put it on, it just like doesn't suit me right. Like, I don't know what it is, but the proportions just like don't feel right. But this cute little like brimless cap kind of gives me the same energy that I wanted before. And I love this color. It matches my top essentially. I mean, it's like a shade off, but whatever. I also feel like it looks so cute with like my little bangs that I just cut. I don't know if it would give me the same vibe without them, but either way, I just think that this is like such an adorable little cap, and I've already worn it a lot, and I will be wearing it all the time. In addition, I love a fun sock, and so they have these like fun polka dot ones. Oh my god, and I love the color combo of like red and blue together, and I feel like this with like my flats are just gonna be so cutie. So going back to the prices of the kilo shop, I saw these things and I was like, oh my god, wait, these are like better quality, and each piece in the kilo shop has like a number attached to it where it's like $20 to the pound, or like, you know, whatever. It's like kind of going to the grocery store and it's like, oh, $4 for a pound of oranges, and you know, that whole thing. So these ones, this one said like 6 to the pound, and I was like, oh wow, or it said 6 on it, and then this had 18 on it, so I was like, wow, these are gonna be so cheap. Here's the kilo shop that I remember. I go up to check them out, and then they tell me that the total is €21, and I was like, oh, I thought I was about to get these for like $3. And I did really hesitate purchasing them. But if you can tell by my excitement over these two things, I knew I was going to highly regret it if I didn't buy it. So I did, and you know, honestly, I was like, if I were to get this at like a vintage shop out here in New York, it probably would cost the same if not more for these things, and I probably would think that these are a great deal in comparison. So yeah, a little disappointed, but we'll be all right. Oh my god, wait. Now this is the piece de resistance. I am so obsessed with this belt. Are you kidding me? I've been trying to add more chunky belts into my wardrobe, and when I've done that in the past, I realized that I've been getting more faux leather ones or have like a faux like painting coating over them, and a lot of the times it just starts peeling off the bat. But this belt, this is such a high quality Gorgina belt. The color on it is like kind of like fading a bit, but it's like fading in the way that you want a vintage piece to fade, and it just goes with everything. Oh, I layered it over the dress I showed earlier. It goes well with like over t-shirts. It goes well with slouchy pants. It just goes with everything, and it's pink, and my favorite shade of pink with the little studs on it. Are you kidding? Ugh. And the price for this was 15 euros, which I feel like was a steal, because if I were to buy this at a local New York vintage shop, this would easily cost me like $40 minimum. Like, I would think that that's a steal, and I probably would purchase that. Oh, it's so incredible. I'm so happy about this piece. I feel like y'all should be so proud of me because I successfully haggled at the flea market. Though in hindsight, I'm like still not sure if I actually got ripped off still, but I'll tell you the story in a second. But I got these amazing pieces of jewelry. I was so excited about this because I had a necklace from the Sandy Liang sample sale I got like a couple years ago, and it recently snapped on me. I mean, I could put it back together again. The only problem is that like it was on like a plastic elastic thing, so I couldn't just like loop anything through. Plus like the holes in it are like pretty thin, so it would definitely take me some time to like fix it up. But I found this amazing pearl necklace at the flea market. It's so cutie. I also love the fact that like it's more of like an off-white, like a warm white color, and I love that it's like linked together with a chain as opposed to elastic. There also were like a ton of like fun costume jewelry rings, which I, you know, of course, am a huge fan of, but I really want to get into like gold stacking my rings and like having like everyday go-to ones. So I got this really pretty one. I don't know if you can see it here, but it's like this really cute like gemmed one, and it has like a pink jewel, a green jewel, and like this little purple one. And it's super delicate and smaller, but I think like in tandem with other rings, it'll like pop out a little bit more. I also got this ring, which I'm so livid because it was so stinking cute and had like this little like opal type of like gem in it, which I said had because it fell out immediately. Like I wore this ring the next day and immediately I looked down and the jewel was gone. So when I went to go ask the guy if I can like buy these things, there was no prices on anything, so I was like, oh, like, how much? And he's like, and I think he was waiting for me to, like, name a price on it. I think in hindsight, that's how haggling actually works. But he said for all of these, he was like, okay, 35. For you, 70. And I was like, I was expecting a little bit less than that. Like, that's kind of crazy. So I was like, 50 for both. Or 50 for all of them. And he was like, no, we can't do that. And I was like, okay, at least 15 for the necklace. And he was like, I can't do that. But then he was like, you know what? Okay, 60 for all of it. And I was like, I can't justify 60. That feels kind of crazy to me. So then I was like, you know, I'm sorry, I need to think about it. I'm gonna walk away. And I genuinely was like, I am walking away from this interaction, this conversation. No ill will, just genuinely like, I'm not paying for that. And as I was walking out the door, he was like, okay, no, sorry, we'll do 50. And I was like, you know, okay. I wasn't even trying to bluff. I was legitimately leaving. Felt very proud of myself. But when I told like one of my Parisian friends about this, she was like, I think you could have got all of that for 20 had you named the price for them earlier to be lower. Still gonna wear them. Anyway. Oh, speaking of jewelry, I actually forgot to mention this one earlier. I got this really fun statement necklace. It's like this little like rectangle with a fun little jewel in it. And I've been wanting some more fun statement jewelry. It is like smaller, but like I feel like the color and style of it is just like so good. And I feel like it's funny mentioning this after I just like showed the other jewelry I got. But this I got for €2, and I think that this would be really fun, especially thinking about like some of the t-shirts and dresses that I got. Just like it would be like a really nice contrast, so I'm excited about it. And okay, so one of my friends just had a baby. Saw that there was a really cute baby section at like the thrift store I mentioned earlier that was right next to me that was like super cheap, and I found some like really cute like higher quality baby clothes. Maybe it's a Cancer speaking to me, but I like to vicariously live through my friends who have babies and showering them with presents instead. So I got this really cute baby sweater. They had a little baby boy, and they're also like really obsessed with like the San Diego Zoo. So I found this little like lion one, and I feel like it's like tasteful like print, like it doesn't feel too cartoonish. And what's really cute is like the backing of this, the little buttons. Oh my god, I'm literally gonna cry. I do think it's like an easy like little thing for them to like layer their infant with. And I found this other piece that like their baby would probably grow into over time. But it's these cute little blue overalls. I literally tear up every time I'm in the kids section. It's so cute. I love baby clothes. Just know the day that I become a cool pregnant mom, my version of nesting will just be thrifting a ton of baby clothes, because like there's so many cute ones that exist out there. Like I love the little buttons and everything about this. It's just so cute. And I think that this piece would be like really cute for their baby to like eventually grow into, and then something they can like pass down to like other kids. But I feel like with the first sweater, I feel like it feels so special to like when the baby is as small as he is, should have like a cute little like initial on it as like a little like memento for the baby. I probably should send this out before I post this video. I don't want to spoil the surprise. I feel like I'm very picky when it comes to sunglasses, and I feel like because of that, I end up just like getting more basic sunglasses and then not really wearing my fun ones. But I feel like for these, I'm definitely going to be wearing them. And if I'm not, I'll be accountable to it. So there are these like fun, funky glasses. I don't even know how to like really describe the style of these, but I like that they kind of like droop down, and I like this little like magenta color. Like even with this outfit, it's like cute. There's just something about this that just feels like so special and like fits my face like properly. Like they don't feel too big, they're not squeezing the sides of my face, my eyes have like room, and I'm like, I feel like sometimes like when I wear sunglasses, it's like you're kind of cognizant about like the fact that you're wearing sunglasses, and it just like kind of makes you feel uncomfortable. But I feel like when I'm wearing these, I like don't think about that. And also just like look how cool I look. Like if I was having a conversation with myself, I'd be like, wow, that girl's really cool. I love them. And okay, we're coming to the final stretch of this, which is home goods. I didn't know if I was gonna be able to thrift home goods while I was out there because I was afraid of transporting them. But when you come across some amazing home goods, where there's a will, there's a way, you know? First off, this might seem really dramatic. I've been wanting a silver metal tray for ages. I actually was on the verge of like debating if I wanted something new. Oh, look at this. Ooh. Oh, it kind of becomes like a bounce light. Oh, wow. Use it for photos too. But I love like the pattern on this so much. It's so pretty. I've been wanting one of these because I feel like they just like kind of like help you romanticize your life a little bit. A cute little Pinterest moment on my bed, like a little tray with my little food, with my little journal. It's just so cute. I also haven't tried to see if it was big enough for this, but I've seen people also like put a tray over their sink to like make their counter space bigger. And if it is big enough for that, I will definitely be doing that as well. And just like, it's just so cute. I wish they had 2 of these, but they didn't. But it was only €5, which is so crazy. Another thing I was so excited to find was some utensils. I feel like it's pretty common to find this style like new, but I really wanted to find like some secondhand ones because I'm like, I feel like there's so many out there that I'm surprised I haven't been able to find them, but I finally did. But it's like these ones that have like really fun handles on it. Oh, I love them. Unfortunately, a lot of these are knives and they had no spoons, but I think it's like a fun little mix match moment for like my kitchen, and I feel like that's just like my whole vibe in general. Like I really love a little mix match moment, and I feel like this kind of like feeds into that. And I've literally been on the hunt for these for years. I don't know why it's been so difficult. I have seen some on eBay and I feel like they're overpriced to me because I'm like, again, I feel like they're very similarly priced to like the ones I see that are new. These were very, very cheap and I'm very happy to have them. But if anybody happens to see spoon versions of these, hit me up because I'm missing those. Another kitchen thing that I've been wanting is that one of my friends is like cookie cutters to like make these fun little shapes in her tofu. And I think about that all the time. And I'm like, I think it would also be really cute with like fruit or just like anything else that like I can use a cookie cutter for. So I've been trying to find some secondhand, and again, it's like one of those things I know I could find new, but I was like, I feel like there's so many cookie cutters that exist in the world, surely I could find one secondhand. Unfortunately, a lot of the ones I've seen at thrift stores have been like more holiday themed or they're like really big, but I found the perfect one. This cute little heart. I love her. Honestly, I feel like the shape is like perfect. I would love to find, I think, like a star to go with as well. But like she is just so perfect and makes me very excited about cooking. And speaking of cooking, I also got this mini cute little, I don't think it's a true Le Creuset, but it is very cutie. Mark is very excited about it. He's been trying to find like smaller pots like this to like bake some things in. I think it's really cute for like any kind of like side dish thing, or if I was like having like a cute little dinner party and I want people to like sprinkle like salt or like, I don't know, just like something, that kind of vibe. I think it'd be very cute for that too, but I'm like, imagine baking like cute little one-off desserts. Very cutie. And then last but certainly not least, I got a set of like candlestick holders and they're so cute. I got this at a shop for very cheap. Like this was 50, do you say 50 cents? 50 cent? Whatever half a euro is, it was half a euro. €1, 1.5 euros. Are you kidding me? Again, had I found this at a vintage store here in New York, easily $35. Easily! And now I have them for my home. Okay, so yeah, that was a lot, but honestly, so worth it. And had I been in Paris a little bit longer, probably would have shopped more. I could not help it. It was so good out there. I will say, again, it made me really appreciative of the vintage curators that exist here in New York, but I will miss the very cheap secondhand stores. But until then, I'm gonna enjoy these pieces and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!